It is a tale of two cities, but these are the best of times in Orlando and Harrisburgh as the Lions and City Islanders will do battle for the 2011 USL Pro Championship here tonight on Fox Soccer. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Citrus Bowl in Orlando, Florida for the 2011 USL Pro Championship match. I'm Ken Tomash. Let's take a look at how these two teams got to this point. In the semifinals last week, Harrisburgh went to Rochester and won a rough and tumble affair 2-1. And we'll have more on that game in a second. Meanwhile, Orlando at home beat Richmond 3-0. So that's how both of these two teams got here tonight. I'm joined, as always, by longtime Georgetown University head coach Keith Tabachnik. Keith, obviously Orlando is the team to beat. They have been all year, but you can't count out this scrappy City Islanders bunch.
No, I wouldn't count out Harrisburgh. But first of all, we talk about Orlando. Here at the Citrus Bowl, Orlando has just been unbeatable. Only one loss the entire season. But on top of that, Ken, they only gave up 8 goals. Now, Harrisburgh, they have to score goals, obviously, but it's a team that can, and that's why they have to have some confidence coming in here. They have not been good on the road all year, but they are the second in the league in scoring goals. But some challenges for Harrisburgh this game as well.
Absolutely. The City Islanders will be missing some key faces, and here's the third member of our broadcast team, Jason Arnold, with more on that.
Harrisburgh's going to be without 2 key starters and their head coach tonight. Brian Mbiji, Andrew Marshall, and Coach Bill Betcher are all serving a 1-game suspension they received in Rochester last week. Despite going down 2 men in that game, they made it through, and they're here at the finals tonight.
Thank you, Jason. Steve Widdowson will be running the team from the bench tonight. Now let's talk about some players to watch tonight, Keith. Adrian Heath can put out 6 all-league players in his first 11, but it all starts with a man in central midfield, Yordani Alvarez.
Yeah, Yordani Alvarez is the class of the team. He anchors the midfield, the MVP for the whole league as well. Obviously the top player for the team. Team really revolves around him. Only 2 goals on the year, but he just makes his teammates look better, and that's why he is the best player on this team.
With so much scoring prowess on Orlando, it's going to be up to Anthony Calvano at the back to do some work.
Well, Calvano's been doing it for Harrisburgh since 2007. Played every minute of every game this year, just like he did in 2007. And by the way, they won the championship that year, and they're going to hope Calvano can lead them to the championship today as well.
All right, we will be back to the Citrus Bowl after this. And we're almost ready for kickoff here between the Orlando City Lions and the Harrisburgh City Islanders. And as we go to break, we'll take a look at last year's USL Championship match.
Around the flick, it's back, and it's in the net! Nagel touches it last. Put right in front, Heineman there again. Gets it, the turnaround, a shot, and it's in! Down the man, Charleston double 3. 4+ minutes, and there it is, the Charleston battery have won.
So no substitutions for either team at the half. Each team has 5. Molino takes a shot, now about right to Chimps Harris. So guys, we might see, we talked about second team all-league player for Jose Angulo. As here we have another collision at the top of the box, and it's going to be a straight red card.
Well,
he didn't hesitate at all.
And that came out of nowhere, and I think there could only be one argument, was whether or not Valentino was able to be back, and therefore it wasn't the last player. But I would say certainly there was no question there. You know, Toure was in, he had beat the keeper.
Look at it again, Toure racing in, and Gallardo gets him. Now, remember we had that collision, Gallardo, where Toure pulled out, or tried to, and they did collide, and it was nothing more than a talking to. That time, Gallardo gets him with the leg, and Gallardo, the goalkeeper of the year, is sent off in the 49th minute. This game has just changed in a big way.
Yeah, it has. I'll tell you, it didn't take long for that to happen. And again, that just came out of nothing. Orlando had just gone down on on an attack. They kept the ball a little bit, got a ball across. And all of a sudden, the ball comes there. There's no cover. All right, when Orlando goes to challenge for the ball, Toure challenges for it, wins it. It bounces the right way, and let's have another look at this, because this again just bounces. Again, there's no cover defensively. The only one there is Valentino, and then, of course, Gallardo comes out. An excellent first touch by Toure, and certainly he's on the end of that with an open net.
And Valentino was level. He wasn't back there. It's going to be back up Sean Kelly. Now, Kelly has played in 2 matches this year, but not quite like this.
No.
I mean, he's brought in the 50th minute to the league championship match after only playing 180 minutes all year. He did shut out, though, Harrisburgh a couple of weeks ago in their most recent meeting. So he has played against this team. You're just sitting there, you just started the second half though. You don't anticipate being sent into a situation like this, but he will be, and so they have to bring a player off to be able to get him on. It's going to be Maxwell Griffin who comes off. So Griffin, who had some dangerous chances in the first half, has to come off for the good of the side as Sean Kelly goes in after Miguel Gallardo is sent off for denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
That's quite a player to have to take off.
Yeah.
Griffin, you know, one of the best strikers in the league, 10 goals on the year for Orlando.
Well, they lose two great players in one play because Griffin has to come off and Gallardo is sent off. So now let's see. You may not get a better chance than this if you're Harrisburg. The free kick is deflected and it's onside netting. And Jason Hodgkin is saying that it got deflected on the way out. Pick of the night for Orlando. Watson from the far side flag. Harrison comes out and collects the rebound.
See Harrison, Chase Harrison wears number 32. He went to Virginia Tech, and to honor the 32 students that died in the tragedy. Nelson Becerra is on the bench for Harrisburg as well. The St. John's standout also from there.
Here's Saini Touré bursting through. Can Touré get inside the league? No! Sean Kelly tested pass.
Absolutely, and as we said, Sean Kelly is a good goalkeeper, but it is still hard to come off the bench cold. There's no question about that, and certainly up to the task.
Did it again off the left boot of Angulo, and the ball's sitting there on the turf. Calmly as you please, Rob Valentino says, that's mine.
Now that was a little scare there for sure, as the ball coming off Sean Kelly's chest, trying to make the second save there, but he could just
coming. Langley now. Welker forward just a little bit. Touré, will we see a repeat as he collides with the keeper?
Talk about living on the edge both ways. It's 3 times in one game with Touré and the goalkeeper, and we'll get him on target. And, hopefully Morgan Langley will get his chances to face him and maybe be the hero.
Neal forward to Watson. He's onside. Watson open net. Can Watson give him the lead? No! Jeff Blows just keeps it out of the net.
And I tell you what, Jeff Blows covering for Harrison. That's the big play you need to win games like this. And look at this. Watson gets in. Not offside, puts it by. Harrison awful close to getting him, but the touch, that touch let him down. Look at this right now. Watson is there. Touch right there. He could have shot it off that half bounce as well. Open net on this field. That ball would have gone fast, and I think Jamie Watson is going to regret that if Orlando does not go on and find a way to win this game.
Now Watson will take this corner kick for Orlando. Curling inside, and Harrison grabs it. I wanted to say, what is it with these keepers and coming out?
It's something today. The aggressive keepers, and
He's going to leave it all out on the field tonight. There is no tomorrow. Watson taken down, but we play on. Advantage call. Left-footed shot, save. Harrison right there. Bowden with the shot. Harrison with yet another save.
We see the tackle, coming in there. But another outstanding decision by the referee, Mark Bizzacco, because allowing it to play on allows that shot to happen. And
Keith DeBesnik and Jason Arnold with you on a gorgeous Saturday night in front of a huge crowd in Orlando. Here's Chin running onto this one. Dennis Chin. Chin shoots. It's saved by Chase Harrison, and it went over the end line. And it's going to be a corner kick.
Well, Chin, we look at this, and this is why he's dangerous. He got in on the other side there.
Goal here would almost certainly be the game winner. And here comes Langley. Can Langley do it? Langley! And reaching out that left hand to pull it in is Sean Kelly.
Well, 2 guys that came off the bench, one by design and one because he had to. Langley coming in here, shaking and baking, almost getting around, slips as he's going for the ball, and then Kelly, who had to come in with Gallardo.
Flying around in our booth. Advantage played. Jordani Alvarez, the league MVP. Finds a wide open Lewis Neal. That goes off the head of Anthony Calvano. Shot, goal! Orlando has taken the lead. And it's Lawrence Olum. In the 89th minute.
And I'll tell you what, just scoring his first goal of the season. What a time to do it. My look at Orlando. I mean, they just kept going at it, and this is an outstanding pass just to lay off. The defenders were there to step up. Nothing that Chase Harrison could do on this shot. Lowe's tried to get his foot out to block that, but he just couldn't. What a heartbreaker there for Harrisburgh.
Well, it's not over yet, but we've hit 89 minutes played. We'll definitely see some stoppage time as they try to clear out the streamers. One more look at this.
And again, that's great composure.
Just calmly as you please.
Almost like a training exercise.
Molino to Neal. Seconds remain in regulation of the 2011 USL Pro Championship Match from Orlando. Harrisburgh up a man but down a goal with just seconds to play. Jason Pelletier from the near side flag sends it in. It's headed towards the goal and put in! The City Islanders have equalized! What a game! What a ball in, and anything can happen when that ball bounces inside the area. And at the bottom of that pile is JT Noon. It goes off the face of Anthony Calvano, drops to Noon, and Noon puts it home. We told you he's the all-time leading assist man at Temple University, but he gets the biggest goal of his life literally at the death. We are going to overtime, tied at 1 in the 2011 USL Pro Championship Match. Oh, I love this game. Steve Widdowson. The City Islanders given new life.
Harrisburgh City Islanders 1.
We'll be back with overtime after this. We're 1-1 going to overtime. Stay with us. It's the USL Pro Championship for 2011 here on Fox Soccer. Boy, if you don't like this game, I don't want to know you. We're 1-1 going to overtime. Harrisburgh scores with literally seconds remaining to send it to the extra session. We're going to play two 15-minute non-golden goal overtime periods starting right now. Jason Pelletier with a little housekeeping in that far side flag. The streamers now out of his way. It was Pelletier whose corner kick found Anthony Calvano's face, and eventually JT Noon found the back of the net, and we're, oh my gosh, another goal. They do it again off the corner, and it's Saini Touré. Harrisburgh leads it. Can you believe it?
Well, Touré had been knocking on the door all night. At the beginning of the game, the first 15, 20 minutes, his touches were all letting him down, a couple bad fouls. Then he had the chances, and it was his touch that caused Gallardo to be red carded. Now he's on the end of that, and that was almost too easy. Have a look at this. He's just right in. Pelletier, another excellent corner, and look at him just standing there, just unmarked.
Kids at home, you can't do that.
No, you can't. Boy, you know, whether you play a zone, whether you play man-to-man, you know, you can't leave people open.
We found Bill Betcher.
Got the Bob Uecker seats. But
it's lonely at the top, and right now his team is on top. He knows that there's twists and turns left in this match, and he was down at the other end in this section when they scored the end of regulation to tie it in stoppage time, and now he can only sit and wait, serving suspension for red card from a week ago in the semifinal at Rochester. A crowd of over 11,000 here tonight, trying to will their team to the equalizing goal, but Bernardo first gets it to Touré. His goal is the difference at the moment. This one's chipped forward, headed off the bar. Oh, Angulo was right there. That would have capped a Cinderella story and a comeback for him. for it again. Jorsling goes down in the box. Everyone on their feet and no penalty call. Oh, and Yordani Alvarez comes in and he knocks over the referee, not intentionally. He was just racing up to him to try to make his presence felt. And we've got Harrison down at the edge of the box.
Well, what happened is Harrison got pushed down intentionally there, and this was Jorsling coming right into the game, and I tell you, he should be sent off. He should be sent off, and right now we got a real problem here because of fans throwing stuff on the field.
Well, Calvano takes Jorsling down. Oh, rough night at the office here late. If you're Matt Pazakos, this is why you get the big bucks. Chase Harrison is down. Things have been thrown out of the stands. That is absolutely the wrong end of the field for that play to have taken place.
No, it is, and you know, and that's got to end. You know, the fans have been fantastic all night, but that just puts a damper on it if they do that. And just, you know, see that now. You know, Chase making a little bit of it, but
sure.
Having said that, you don't go in and do that, and you know that's a booking of some sorts.
It's the frustration retaliation that, and it does not appear. I have not seen a card come out. Doesn't mean we didn't miss it. It doesn't mean it didn't happen, but Devorn Jorsling is incensed just into the match. In his first act, he gets knocked down by Calvano, and then he retaliates against Chase Harrison. And Jorsling's now saying they're wasting time.
Well, the time wasting is coming from the Orlando fans. You know, that they have to wait for the balls to get off. And Orlando fans are the ones that are going to be hurting the time that their team needs right now.
No discipline, it appears. We move on. We move on. Neal drops that one forward. Off Charlie Campbell. Can Chin tie it again? Chin is taken down, and now he points to the spot. And a red card.
Oh my, I am not too sure about this. You know, whether it may have been a penalty. I can't see a red card coming off of that because we'll have to have another look at this one. Boy, we talk about a game that has absolutely everything going. Another look. And right there may have been a push. It's a foul, you know.
So it's close.
I'll give the referee benefit of the doubt there as he came in from behind, but I actually think he missed a foul right before that. Basso was in good position, got knocked out of position, and Blows is now out.
So Jeff Blows, who's played so well, is sent off. And Matt Pazakos is going to come over to make sure everyone is. Take a look. Dennis Chin coming in. Blows from behind.
Yeah, I mean he missed he missed the ball, and actually. Yeah, he really didn't need the foul there. He could have had a slide right ahead of that ball fairly easy. But those are the tired legs that we're talking about as well.
6 yellow cards, 2 red cards, 10 substitutions, 3 goals to this point. Now a penalty kick. We talk about Disney World. This has been an amusement park ride from start to finish. And it'll be up to Lewis Neal.
And again, right before this, Devorn Jorsling does something that could have got him sent off by some people as well.
Lewis Neal against Chase Harrison. Neal with the penalty to tie it, and he does. And 11,220 erupt.
And there it is. They say it's just not going to end here tonight.
Well, we may see that scenario replayed because in 5 minutes and a little bit of stoppage, we're going to penalties if neither team is able to score. But I wouldn't count out anything at this point, Keith.
Who knows that?
We could see a squirrel. We could see an earthquake. We could see Carmen Miranda come back to life and come out on the stand. We never know.
Anything in Disney. They're
not going to bed tonight. I'll put money on that. It's a long weekend. Maybe you'll see them on Tuesday at work. And maybe not, depending on what happens here. All right, still about 4 minutes and stoppage left in the second overtime period of an amazing 2011 USL Pro Championship match between Orlando City and the Harrisburgh City Islanders. Alvarez plays this one forward, flag is up.
Offside.
Lewis Neal is open, slides it forward looking for Chin and Angulo, who track back with the final play of overtime. We are going to penalty kicks to decide the 2011 USL Pro Final, everybody. Don't go away. Nobody here has. It's 2-2 going to penalties of the 2011 USL Pro Championship match on Fox Soccer. Stick around. The 2011 USL Pro Championship will be decided in the cruelest way possible with penalties. The long walk from midfield. Nelson Becerra walking right into the jaws of the monster. Sean Kelly, are you saying you can be louder than that? Now, what's the strategy here in terms of picking your five very quickly?
Well, it's got to be 5 guys who want it. It's the number one thing. You know, and it's not always your top goal scorers. I've had some top scorers that's the last thing they wanted to do. And there's some guys that spend all their free time hitting PKs and hardly play, and you know they want to go in there. So it's a first. You already know ahead of time who wants to do it.
Nelson Becerra, first man to step up against Sean Kelly. The whistle. Becerra stopped by Kelly. We'll see a second lefty. Lewis Neal. Kelly guessed correctly. Will Harrison, he did, but Neal put it home. Jose Angulo, a story of redemption this would be for him. A man whose pro career resurrected in Harrisburgh has a chance now to level this penalty shootout, and Kelly stops him again. Alvarez against Chase Harrison. Harrison needs to come up big here. And Alvarez puts it home. So JT Noon, who more than a half hour ago scored in second half stoppage time to send us to overtime, will get a long run up trying to get his team on the board in the penalty shootout, and he does. The rookie Charlie Campbell, late substitute in this match. Here's Campbell. Harrison's ready, and he skies it over the bar. Steven Basso, the fourth shooter for Harrisburgh, against Sean Kelly, who has made 2 saves in the penalty shootout. Basso just comes right up and puts it home. 2-2. Now the whistle. Bowden puts it over the bar. Teray misses wide and opens the door for Orlando. 3 goals on the year. Came in very late in this match. And it's his opportunity to be the hero. The whistle, Jorsling to win it for Orlando, and he does! The Lions are kings of the league. Orlando is the 2011 USL Pro Championship. After a 2-2 draw through 120 minutes, Orlando wins 3-2 in penalties. They are the champions. Let's tell them what they've won. It belongs to Orlando. A crazy night, a momentous moment, and the USL Pro Championship trophy as they win it in penalties over a game. Harrisburgh squad, Keith Sept.
Well, you talk about an emotional roller coaster the entire night, and of course, you know, Orlando coming in as the favorite team. Harrisburg doing what they needed to do, coming out here, making themselves believe as the game went on. Of course, the seesaw at the end, but I say you just got to be really proud of the fact that this was a game that showed the best of USL Pro Soccer, and we're glad to have it on Fox.
We hope you've enjoyed watching United Soccer Leagues this season on Fox Soccer. For Keith Sept, Jason Arnold, and for everyone who's helped bring you the passion, excitement, and tradition of USL in 2011, this is Ken Tomash, thanking you so much for watching. We'll see you in 2012. But the Orlando Lions are the champions for 2011. Good night from the Citrus Bowl.